Happy Monday, y'all. Hope y'all's week is starting off well. Mine started off with a fiasco, but then again, when it rains, it pours in my neck of the woods. So, last week, it was probably Friday morning when I recognized that my central heat was not working right. I just recently bought a new ignition igniter thing because I have gas heat. Yeah, it's only a couple years old. I think I got a 5-year warranty on them, so I need to call the people that put it in there. It might no. Who the fuck did I have put that in there? I've had 2 different AC people. Anyway, earlier today I was sitting there getting my full fulfillment of election shit. Ran across a couple of content creators that were I'd never heard of them before, and wow, it's amazing what pops up on your feed when you're grossly interested in something. So I entertained that for a little bit, and this guy was really good. I was like, wow, he's pretty good. So I subscribed. Yeah, I'm subscribed to like thousands. Anything from woodworking, mechanics, motorcycle stuff. I mean, you fucking name it, I'm on it. Anyway, so I had a dead battery when I woke up this morning. Went out to start my truck to get it warmed up, and it wouldn't turn over. I'm like, son of a bitch. So I put the tender on it for the day and get it enough to where I could get over to like O'Reilly's or AutoZone or whatever and get me a new battery. And I've literally replaced batteries in their parking lots. If I can make it there, I can change it there. Then I just return the core. Done, right? Yeah, that didn't work. I was able to squeeze my bike between my truck and my fence just enough to take the bike to work this morning. Tire pressure was low, it was freezing. God, it was so fucking cold. Anyway, got it there. Reliable. Good old reliable 2-wheel mode of transportation. And got it home. Saw that the battery tender was glowing green, which means that the battery was charged. Bumped it out of the socket going into the house, unloading all my shit. And yeah. Click, click, nothing. It's like, son of a bitch. So called a buddy at work. He came and got me, brought me over to the store. We got the battery. He helped me change it out because it's heavy as fuck. I gotta lift it up, put it in there. And I was good to go. Well, I had a check engine light on there when I first put it in. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And it gave me the little code and checked the little code. And they put the little thing on there to get me the code. And then printed me out the thing. And then when I just jumped in the truck to go up to the store to get me more beer, because I only had one, and it went away on its own. Lucky me. Anyway. But tonight, I had to be into work at about 1:30. And I'm going about 75 miles east. Not excited. It's not the environment, it's not the job, it's not the plant, it's not anything of that accord. It is strictly the drive getting there. The environment where the plant is at is actually really nice because it's not a lot of traffic. So it's not like you're sitting there waiting for a break. It's in and out. I mean, it's just and we're working at night, so that makes it even better. I don't particularly like where their dump is at. That was a little tricky last time I had to go there. But anyway, yeah. Should be fun. Me, old girl, and Edward. Good times. Anyway, so, but yeah, along with my little rants about what to choose. The Trump derangement syndrome amongst the Kamala supporters. Now, there's a lot of Democrats out there who are voting for Trump. A lot of the people that are voting for her are alternative lifestyle individuals. They are brainwashed by the mainstream media. They are disillusioned by what has been forced into their brains. All of the crazy rhetoric and crap. Like, everybody thinks that he caused the January 6th thing. It wasn't him. I know it wasn't him. He's not that stupid. He wouldn't sabotage his own chances for holding on to that presidency. Those are paid actors who did all that crap. I know for a fact it was. There's no doubt in my mind. It was paid actors. It's not the first time that the DNC has done that. So many different, there's proof of it. Like, there's this one individual that kept showing up at all the school shootings. He'd have different hairstyle, or, exact same face, but he would look different, and it would be in spans of time. So when you saw him on this particular interview with the media, interviewing, oh, this is a student from so-and-so, so-and-so, and then you see him, and he's being interviewed over here in, like, whatever, Texas, and then he's being interviewed again in Florida. It's the same guy, just longer hair, dyed a different color, maybe a couple years older. It's the same guy. So much that they do in order to keep the sheep compliant. I've been watching it for years and years and years and years and years. I've never been a conformist. I've always been a nonconformist. Always. I'm a nonconformist with my medical care. I am a nonconformist with certain ways that people do things. I can't even think of anything right now off the top of my head because I am kind of tired and I need to go to bed. But if it doesn't make sense, I don't follow the rules. I don't stay in line. It's like, I remember a story my sister had said. She told me about a kid when she was in kindergarten, and they were coloring. And what they were doing was they had a piece of paper and it had a drawing of a mitten. Okay? And he was just going to fucking town with this crayon. Like, who gives, he was just fucking coloring all outside the lines, everything. And the teacher's like, what is wrong? You're supposed to, he's like, you're going to cut it out anyway. Who fucking cares? You're not going to see my errors once you cut the mitten out of the paper. He was 5. I want you to process that shit for a minute. That's how Trump works. He will dance all over those lines with a crayon. He will make it look like a complete disaster. And then you cut it out and everything will be fixed. Right as rain. That's how Trump works. He fixes the mess by cutting out what is not necessary. That's called strategy. Kamala does not have that. Biden did not have that. Explaining what you're doing. Art of negotiation. Cutting out the mitten, making it look neat. I don't know any other way to explain it. All I know is that when my sister told me that she had voted for Biden, I said, you know what? Of all the people, I'm very disappointed in you. And she just looked at me funny. I said, actually, I'm kind of disgusted that you are as intelligent as you are and as smart as you are, that you could not see past the bullshit that's been fed to you. Be careful what you wish for. And then when I was dealing with my relationship and going through its rigmarole, she had said, you remember what Ma used to say to us? And I was like, no, refresh my memory, because she used to say a lot of stuff to us. She was, suffer as long as it makes you happy. My daughter had told me the same thing. Mom, you'll suffer as long as it makes you happy. And then I turned that around on my sister. I will not vote for Kamala because I am sick of suffering. Because suffering does not make me happy. And if the only reason that you're voting for her is because you just hate Trump so badly with all the bullshit that's been fed to you, never done a lick of research into who this man is, the philanthropy, the love of people, all of the donations, all of the charities, all of the things that he has done for everybody over the years that has come in contact with him, how he has boosted Black communities with positivity and helped those small businesses within those communities and helped them prosper and helped these young ethnic people look toward a future that they thought they would never have an opportunity for. He gave it to them before he was in office and after. He's done more for America on his own accord outside of being a president than any of these politicians have ever done. He has put up more of his own personal money toward national disasters and natural disasters and things of that accord than any of these other politicians have ever done. Just as a businessman. There were people in Iraq that could not get home for Exodus, which is basically our Christmas leave. He sent his private jet over there to get them. That story I remember. He contracted a private plane to go get Nelson Mandela to get him out of the country to save his life. That I remember. A man stopped to help him change a tire on his limousine on the side of the road. And to repay the gratitude, he paid this man's house off. That's a true story. Look it up. Little girl was dying of some sort of illness. She was having to go through medical treatments. Parents were literally strapped. They had her on a talk show. He paid for her medical care. Everybody sits there and talks shit that he opened a GoFundMe. He opened a GoFundMe because he's popular in that accord, and everybody dunked money into that GoFundMe, and he brought it right to the source, those people in North Carolina. He didn't steal it. It just gave them another place to donate where they could be confident that their money would go to where it needed to go. I donated to Samaritan's Purse. My mother is LDS. They've got their own little thing. She came to me and said, hey, we need blankets, we need sheets, we need towels, we need everything. I have all that extra shit. It's in my garage. I'll go totes of it. I never throw anything away because I never know when some kind of natural disaster or someone is going to need it. Somebody comes asking for it, I got you. I gave her 3 big boxes of kitchen stuff the other day to bring down to Haven House for these people who are going through drug rehabilitation and or are homeless, escaped, domestic issue things. Yes, she took it with her. I said, bring it to Haven House. I don't know what they can give it away. I don't care. I just want it gone from my house and give it to somebody who might need it. We got enough shit in the landfill. Oh, she's like, you got more? I said, I got fucking tons more. It's out in the garage. Me and you going to need to go out there. Swedish death clean. The attitudes of the supporters of the Democratic Party toward people who do not agree with them is grotesque. They name call, belligerent, death threats. I mean, it's way beyond just being, intellectual and telling your own family member off. It's like, be careful what you wish for and suffer for as long as it makes you happy. You made your bed, you lie in it. That's your choice. But it wasn't a good one. And I'm just going to tell you that. And leave it at that. There was no name calling. But I was honest with her. I was like, if there was anything that you could have done that was more stupid, yeah, because your decision affected everybody. Not just our inner circle. With my stupid decisions. Let's do a comparative. And she just stopped in her tracks and didn't realize, you know what? Yeah, your Trump derangement syndrome affects everyone. And death threats are totally unnecessary. I will just intimately question your intelligence. Yeah. She's smarter than that. That's how strong that Operation Mockingbird works. Someone that intelligent get fucked in the head from that shit? That's scary. That frightens me a lot. Anywho, I need to stop here. I need to get me something to eat. And I need to get my ass in bed. I've had a very wound up day. But any of y'all who actually like my stuff and watch it, thank you. Appreciate it. But yeah, you may not agree with me. You may. You may agree with me. Yeah, you may not like his nuances either. But you know what kind of a good person he is. You may not like the shit that he's done in the past, you know, cheating on his wife, stupid behaviors during his first presidency. I think that was more nervous, you know, acting out of character, you know, or even in character because he's dopey that way. But yeah, you gotta love the guy. You want to know why I'm not voting for Kamala? Because she's not going to do anything. She's going to sit back and collect a paycheck. The one thing that Trump doesn't accept. He doesn't take a paycheck. He didn't take a paycheck the first 4 years. Did it for free. Got ridiculed, insulted, berated, talked nasty about, literally witch hunted. I mean, they dug everything he ever did in his life and broadcast it just to defamate his character. Defamate his character, sorry. It's only 2. Huh. Can't imagine what coming out of my mouth with 3. Good times. I'm not monetized. I don't give a shit. I just pay to have no commercials on my crap. Maybe someday I'll clean up my mouth and I'll be able to put some stuff together and I might actually get monetized. But right now, don't care. I work 60 to 70 hours a week. I build houses for people who are trying to escape the states where they are being raped from the very deepest parts of their soul. And they're trying to find peace. I live in one of those states. I do that occupation. I help build houses and roads and factories and warehouses and parking lots and bridges and any other thing that you can fucking think of that requires concrete. That's what I do. And I know where the sources of my income come from, and I do not bite the hands that feed me. I'm sure Kamala's supporters don't bite her hands either. Because then again, yeah, what she's done is she's basically starving this country out. If she ain't feeding you, go ahead, bite it. Suffer for as long as it makes you happy.